Can HellBlade 2 be the console exclusive Xbox needs? We've seen quite a bit of HellBlade 2 thus far through multiple trailers showing off the impressive graphics and short snippets of gameplay as Senua's saga continues. Less than 2 months away from its May 21st release date, HellBlade 2 is the next day one release on the radar for Xbox Game Pass subscribers. But will it be able to deliver as a console exclusive that can stand up against the likes of Sony's exclusive franchises such as God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, and Spider-Man? Or will it just be another game you scroll past in the seemingly endless list of Game Pass games? To answer this question, I jumped into 2017's HellBlade: Senua's Sacrifice for the first time. I knew next to nothing about this game, only that it was the first iteration of the upcoming sequel HellBlade 2. I hadn't watched or read any reviews or seen any gameplay, and had no idea what to expect. And what came next absolutely blew my mind. The preconceived notion I formulated in my mind was that HellBlade was Microsoft's take on Sony's third-person action-adventure games. I mean, Senua even vaguely resembles Aloy. I thought I was going to be rummaging around a fictional world in the third person, slaying monsters and conquering a playground, having some lighthearted fun in the process. But what I found was more of a psychological horror game, filled with puzzles and hallucinations, making you question what's real. This was honestly pretty jarring, and after my first play session I wasn't sure if I even wanted to continue. But I pushed through, and I'm glad I did because what I found was profoundly one of the most unique gaming experiences to date. In HellBlade you play as Senua, a woman suffering from psychosis traveling to the Viking underworld Hell to retrieve the soul of her lover and lay him to rest. Senua experiences visions, voices, and delusional beliefs, making you wonder if she's actually battling supernatural warriors of the gods or if she's just on an island by herself LARPing. Along the way, you battle the demon inside yourself, the darkness as Senua calls it. You learn of her father treating her as a leper due to her condition, isolating her from everyone in her tribe and likely worsening her condition. And the fate of her mother, who also suffered from psychosis and was burned alive by her father as a sacrifice to the gods. It is a dark story with mystery hiding around every corner. The gameplay is far from the run-of-the-mill third-person action-adventure you may expect. There is melee combat, but it is not the main aspect of HellBlade. I found it pretty basic, with just dodge and parry buttons alongside quick and heavy attacks. I also thought it was easy, except for one boss fight I failed a dozen times. You can also use your focus that you build up from landing attacks to slow time in hectic battles. Overall, the combat serves more as a palate cleanser between longer sections of solving puzzles to get through to the next area. The puzzles weren't too difficult, mostly things you can figure out if you follow the hints in-game, with only a few that may leave you scratching your head. But the best aspect of HellBlade is by far the sound design. Before the game begins, you're prompted to play with headphones to best experience the simulated three-dimensional sound, and I can't imagine playing any other way. The voices in Senua's head are constantly shifting around, seemingly coming from every direction as you progress through the story, putting you in the shoes of someone suffering from psychosis.
She'll die. Her father tried to help her,
But she wouldn't listen.
he was doing his best. She never, ever listens. Why didn't she listen to him? Trying to help her.
He was trying to save her from the darkness.
Symbol was right.
There's even a psychosis warning every time you launch HellBlade, showing how much care and effort went into the accurate portrayal of the condition. There are also multiple sections of the game that utilize the simulated 3D audio, such as needing to follow the sound of the wind, the sound of water flowing, and even in a boss battle where you need to pinpoint where Fenrir is coming from in the pitch black darkness of its lair. The use of spatial audio as a game mechanic isn't something you see much in gaming, and Ninja Theory's inclusion of this feature really helps HellBlade stand out as a special gaming experience you need to try for yourself. HellBlade: Senua's Sacrifice is a game that I might not know existed if it weren't for Microsoft's big marketing push for HellBlade 2. It's not a game I feel dominated discourse regarding Microsoft exclusives. And that's because it actually launched on PS4 in 2017 before coming to Xbox in 2018. I was thinking maybe I just had my head in the sand back in 2017 grinding my life away on Halo 5, but maybe my little bubble of the internet just wasn't talking about it. Still, it reviewed really well despite not being a well-known IP, which makes me think it earned the right to be called a cult classic. If you're willing to work through the puzzles and are open to something new, HellBlade: Senua's Sacrifice offers a truly unique gaming experience. So, back to my initial question. Can HellBlade 2 be the console exclusive Xbox needs to boost their poor console numbers? No, I really don't think so, but that's not the fault of the game itself. There's a reason that most of Sony's exclusive giants are third-person action-adventure games. They are built to be the most widely appealing games possible. People joke about all Sony exclusives basically being the same game with a different skin. But Sony found a template that sells and they stick to it, and it sells really well. HellBlade is technically a third-person action-adventure game, but it really doesn't play to a wide audience. It's an incredibly niche game that offers something unique, and for that reason, the people that love it really love it. But most people would probably stop playing before they get to experience that magic. And that's okay, but I can't imagine anyone will buy an Xbox just to play HellBlade 2. It probably won't be the console exclusive Xbox needs right now, but if Ninja Theory can recreate the magic from the first game, the people that do play it will have another gem hidden in the massive library of Xbox Game Pass.